This week's story is called Davy Writes a Letter, Part 1. A long time ago, there was a kind little boy whose name we don't know, so we will call him Davy. Davy had two younger sisters. Because Davy's father had died, his mother was a widow, and they were very poor. In fact, they were so poor that even though his mother worked hard, she wasn't able to buy enough food for the family. Mother hadn't told the children how serious things were. Many times she would cry as she wondered what to do. She wanted Davy to keep going to school, but she knew that he would have to drop out of school and go to work. They needed the money so they could buy enough food for the family. One day she found a job for him at a store nearby where they lived. Now she must tell Davy. When Davy came home from school that afternoon, he found his dear mother crying. "Why are you so sad, Mother?" he asked as he put his arms around her and hugged her. "Oh, Davy," his mother cried. "I so much wanted you to keep going to school, but we're so poor you need to go to work in order to help us, or we won't have enough food to eat." Then she told him about the job she had found for him. Oh, how much Davy had wanted to keep going to school, but even though he was very disappointed, he smiled and hugged his mother. "Don't worry, Mother," he told her cheerfully. "I promise to do my very best to be a good worker." Mother was still sad, but how thankful she felt that Davy was so cheerful and unselfish, and that he wanted to be helpful. And the very next day, Davy went to work. At the store where he worked, Davy quickly learned that what he was supposed to do and started doing his very best right away to please his boss. "Davy," his boss called to him, and Davy hurried to find out what he wanted. "Please take this to the post office and mail it," his boss said as he handed Davy an envelope. The envelope was addressed and stamped and was all ready to mail. "Yes, sir," said Davy, and politely, as he took the letter. Then he hurried to the post office with it. The postmaster knew Davy, and he smiled as Davy handed him the letter. Davy told him about his job. The postmaster listened, and then, as he looked at the letter Davy had given him to mail, said, "Isn't it wonderful that if we put the right address and the right stamp on letters, they go to any place in the world?" Davy nodded. It was wonderful, but he thought about it on his way back to the store where he worked and had a wonderful idea. All the rest of the day, while he worked hard, he thought about his idea. Finally, he decided that he would try it. He would try it the very next day. You'll have to wait till next week to hear the rest.